Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a video covering the Hitscan Hyperlight, and I don't do this often. I don't have any affiliation with Hitscan. They did obviously send this mouse out to me for a review. I've never spoken to them. I don't have what I would say any biases at all. But I am going to put this mouse in my category of best small mouse release of 2024, and it all boils down to my own personal performance. With the Hitscan Hyperlight, I get this ultra fingertip grip that feels really comfortable. For me, one of the hardest things, I play really well on small mice, but every once in a while my hand will begin to cramp because usually the grip width is on the thinner side. Where I grip the Hitscan Hyperlight, because you can see it's kind of got like a little bit more of a boxy fit towards the front end, kind of like what we see with the OP1 8K. And as I fingertip grip, I'm getting this really nice ledge with my ring finger and pinky finger. And when I'm whipping around, I'm maintaining this very fast, agile grip with this inner hand maneuverability, getting the angles that I can't quite get with a fingertip grip with other larger mice. And as I'm whipping around, I'm able to maintain this really nice, clean, crisp aim. And the weight balance paired with the ultra fingertip grip, it just feels really good. The mouse is coming in at $90, but you do have the option of getting an 8K dongle for, I think, an extra $20 or $30. The only issue I had with this mouse in-game was moving to 8K on Apex. I did feel a stutter every once in a while. Moving down to 4K, I had absolutely no issue. At 1600 DPI, I'm not sure if it feels a little bit faster or not with some DPI deviation, but the mouse, it could just be a factor of my grip, my hands, my grip style, as well as the weight and weight balance of the mouse. None of that had any impact on my gameplay, except obviously the stutter. Moving to 4K, though, the mouse is easily probably the best I performed on a small mouse release this year. The build quality here from Hitscan is phenomenal. I mean, I'm very impressed with the product that I have. There's no flex on the top shell pushing down on any area of the top shell. Squeezing as hard as I can, there's no creaking, there's no movement whatsoever, and these side buttons do not actuate. Like, this shell is just not flexing at all. These side buttons have a little bit of movement without pushing inward, but not really a whole lot of pre-travel, and post-travel is very minimal. I haven't noticed any switch grind. I haven't noticed any real flex here on mouse 1 and mouse 2. You can see I'm pushing and pulling kind of hard. There's just a tiny bit of movement, but I don't feel any of that movement on the main buttons. Pre and post travel, there's a little bit of pre-travel, and post travel is just a tad as you get over the switch to the bottom plate. Nothing that I felt in game. The switch implementation here, the Omron opticals feel exceptionally good, and I would say comparable to how my Maya X feels from Lamzu. So if you liked the Omron opticals and the Maya X, these are, I would say, close to perfectly implemented. So whatever Hitscan has done here is very, very good. Again, I don't know Hitscan. I don't know if it's like a branch off from a larger company or if this is really just their first mouse. If this is their first mouse, this thing is exceptional. You can see, again, they've gone through this painstaking process of getting all of the holes punched out here. And even on the inside of the mouse, you can see there's areas where things are punched with holes to reduce weight as much as possible. And the fact that they've got that weight down without any shell build integrity loss is really, really impressive. So the Hitscan mouse, really, it boils down to my personal performance when I'm putting things on a scale of the best release of the year. But I think when you look at this, it could fall into the small to medium category. But when you get it in the hand with that fingertip grip, it really does feel like more suited for a small category, at least with my size hands. I think this mouse just performs and feels really, really good. I would not say that this is a Viper Mini Signature Edition clone. I don't think that is the case at all. You can see it next to the Viper V3 Pro, but really, if I had to put this next to another mouse, I would say the thing that my grip feels somewhat similar to is the OP1 8K. It is obviously quite different, because of this backside of the OP1 8K, but towards the front of the mouse, it feels like how I'm gripping the OP1, but a little bit wider. And you can see that on the bottom of the mouse when you compare the shells, this extra width here on the Hitscan Hyperlight. And for me, it just makes it quite a bit more comfortable for my hands near my ring finger and my pinky finger. Obviously, towards the bottom of the mouse, you get a little bit more different and varied from the OP1 8K to the Hitscan Hyperlight. But just that front grip of the mouse feels really, really good. And again, close to how I grip the OP1 8K. Next to the Beast X, this is the Beast X, not the Max and not the Small. You can see it's like somewhat similar in size, but really the main differences are going to be, again, the front side of the mouse being a little bit more boxy, as well as the height of the mouse being a little bit lower. So I think it just ultimately boils down to a better fingertip grip in comparison, if that's primarily what you're going for. The Beast X is really good though, and if you want a little bit more palm contact, the Beast X could be maybe a better option for you. Both of these are like really, really good mice, but because of the height of the Beast, it kind of feels more like a medium mouse, and the Hitscan, again, because of the height mixed with the length and the width, kind of feels just more like it's fitting into a smaller category. So maybe like small to medium. But the Hitscan Hyperlight is probably the mouse that has surprised me the most this year. I can't really like reiterate enough how good they've done with this mouse. I'm performing like an absolute animal on it, and even paired on glass, the way my fingertip grip locks into this mouse, it just feels so good in terms of my own personal performance. So hopefully everything holds up. I've used this now for many, many hours in tack shooters as well as Apex and track heavy games, and everything feels great in both. If I have any issues into the future, I'll certainly update you guys. But my impressions of the Hitscan Hyperlight, they knocked this thing out of the park, and I think it is definitely worth that price of entry. I hope it helped, guys. If it did, please leave a sub to the channel. See you guys in the next review. Peace.